Wanna be away for a lot of you niggas. Hustle and drive what I got on you niggas. M16 when I pop on you niggas. Keep it 100, I don't rock with you niggas. Keep it a band, a feet on land. You catch bullets like CD Lamb. Got this shit in the chokehold, nigga. Move it the gang, I'm a goat mode, nigga. Pip ass strong with a broke hole, nigga. Niggas fear me and my promo, nigga. Fuck the yo, I'm a polo, nigga. End of my smoke, my solo, nigga. Shit ride me like a polo, nigga. I'm locked in on the dojo, nigga. Freak out boy, no Romo, nigga. Nah, stay on me, no Romo, nigga. Y'all niggas going through nada. I'm sharp as a teeth and piranha. Your ass and me's a vagina. I'm coming with nothing but fire. I'm spinning like the wheels on a tire. You're mad, your time expire. You're a rat that's wearing wire. You're a rat that's wearing wire. Mama told me never trick. Daddy told me stand on mine. Y'all niggas ain't got no home. Mama call y'all vagabonds. I'm the fifth animal. Nigga, that's a dragon sign. But y'all niggas ain't got no hands. Something like dragonfly. I got bomb bitches with me. Been Latin wives. If I'm not the one, then why these niggas reacting? God, pray for my enemies. They ain't no competition. Fake friends on my dick, working for the opposition. I'll be on the proper mission. Man, rhymes ain't my composition. I got plates like I'm washing dishes. Y'all gotta ask for your boss permission. You different, 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 you different. As I pray the Lord my soul to keep, amen. Keep me away from all the evil and fake, please, Lord. Pray all my real niggas get their pay facts. Moon would be the gang. Let the church say amen. Let the church say amen.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. That was Moolah Beat Away by D Money off his latest project, Money on My Mind. I appreciate everybody for showing up and tuning in. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, share the live out to every and anybody. It's going to be a good one. I'm Kai B. And soon, in a few minutes, bear with me, we're going to be bringing up D Money. So first, I'm going to ask him some very good questions. I hope everybody's paying attention. Y'all locked in. He's a very talented, not only rapper, battle rapper. He's got a great creative mind. He's a stand-up guy, very creative inside and off of the internet. And I hope that you guys enjoy the live. So let's get started. Let's bring up Moolah B himself, aka D Money, aka the viral one, Mr. D Money, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Mr. D Money himself, the viral one. How you doing today, sir?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty good. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, everything's doing good. Everything's good.
Okay, we know you just got done doing what would Kai be asked live, but now it's time. The moment is here.
Yes indeed. We're here.
So we gave them enough time to wait and anticipate. We're gonna get right into this.
I'm sorry. Okay. All right, I got it. My fault.
We ready? You good?
Yes.
Okay. Looking very comfortable, might I add.
Oh, thank you.
Let's get right into this. Let's get right in. I'm excited. We got a lot. I'm not gonna lie. My brain was rolling. on
Right.
different things and different avenues I kind of want to just pick your brain about. So my first question is, where do you think your love of music came from?
My love of music came from actually it came from my little brother. Um, my little brother to the music first. You know what I'm saying? Those that know that I was like a huge wrestling fan. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And my little brother, he listened to like a lot of KRS-One and Chuck D, Public Enemy, things of that nature. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? And you know, he was very interested in rap. You know what I'm saying? So it just became
Mhm.
my interest after a while. And then as it started off as a bonding moment with him, you know what I mean? Just start fucking with hip hop heavy. You know.
Okay. Was there any particular artist that he played that maybe you gravitated to a little bit more?
I don't think it was like a particular artist uh, that I gravitated to. Um, I think it was more of, like I said, it was more of that bonding movie with
Found an experience, yeah, and just
yeah,
sharing something of mutual interest.
right. So it was like, particular
Right.
artist at that period of time.
Mhm. And I'm sure that was kind of dope for him to be able to share something and teach you something about something he was interested in. For him
Right,
to feel like, even though you're the big brother, you took time to be listening to and accepting of what he may have to like be excited about to share with you and things like that.
exactly. So yeah. And, then later on, it was, artists that I gravitated to.
Okay. Okay. I'm interested in hearing about your process for learning um, bar structure, beat selection, and your comfortability with performing in in public. Like, what was that process for you? Where did you finally kind of get the knack for those things in particular?
Um, like as far as like the songwriting aspect of things, um, it came from listening to like a lot of artists. You know what I mean? 50 Cent, Tupac, Nas. Um,
Mm.
a few of those guys inspired my songwriting ability. You know what I'm saying? And then when it came to like being comfortable on stage, uh, I think that more stems from, like I said, I was into wrestling at a young age, so I used to always like to
Right.
perform like Hulk Hogan promos and Ultimate Warrior promos in
Okay.
front of my family and stuff like that. And
Okay.
so I think doing all that, made it much easier for me to be comfortable with performing in front of people. You know, just having fun and being energetic.
Right. Were you always an outgoing kid and led to you being more of an outgoing adult?
Yeah. I was very outgoing. You know what I mean? I wasn't afraid to have a conversation with nobody, whether it was adult, young adult, or whatever. I was
Mm.
always outgoing. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
me personally, I just like having fun and having a good time and stuff like
Okay.
that. So,
Making
I was,
people like laugh and be
yeah.
entertained and
Just
happy and things like
experience,
that.
just experience that fun. You know what I mean? So I was always like an outgoing, people person growing up.
Okay. And if you can give me some insight to what some of your first songs or raps were, what was like the subject matter to uh, some of your beginning works?
All right, the first rap I ever wrote, I don't even remember the two lines. Uh, Young D, I put niggas in caskets, decorate the ass like Easter baskets.
That's pretty good though. I'm not gonna lie. For that to be your first verse. Okay, and what age would you say you were about then? What
I was
in your
like,
teens? Mid
I was
teens?
like, yeah, I was probably like 16, like around 16, during that time, whatever. And then it was a time when I was much younger. But my cousin for me when I was much younger as a kid or whatever. I remember that one too. Wait a
Oh,
second.
okay, share it if you don't mind.
Uh, my name is D. You heard of me, and I'm with the St. Matthias University. She had that that old school flow, so she made me
All
say it
right.
Cadence, but that's funny. Just reminiscing about it a little time. But
That's
yeah,
cool. That's
yeah.
cool.
And when it came to like studio stuff, like the first song I ever wrote was called "Get to Know Me,"
Okay.
and I wrote that to like Jazzy Beat, Aim for the Head instrument.
Mm-hmm.
And the funny part is, I was in a studio, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was a studio on 69th Street at the time. It was called Tone Production Studio, I believe it was called, or Two Tone Production. That's the name of it, Two Tone Production. It was on 69th Street. And, I was just Googling like studio, well, not Googling studios, but like going through like stuff to find a studio to go to. And I ran upon that studio. Well,
Mm-hmm.
anyway, I
No,
do
take
this.
your time, please.
Yeah, I'm a solo
We got,
artist.
wait, we got
Um,
time.
so I go in the studio and everything. And the first thing I hear was now recording. It was like from this like loudspeaker
Oh,
thing.
it
And I'm
like
like,
announced it before you actually started to let you
yeah,
know.
right. But it wasn't even for that cause. It was because the engineer was blind, right?
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, see, I'm glad you got a little bit more depth with this. This is good.
yeah, yeah, the
It's interesting.
engineer was blind, right? So
Okay.
anyway, I go in the studio, I record the song, Get to Know Me. And it took me like maybe 3 takes because I'm new, right? So
Mm-hmm. Even that's not that's pretty good
yeah,
for
yeah,
being
yeah,
new.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So now that I'm tracking the story, I did 2 songs that day. I'm giving you the one. So I'm recording the song. Finally, I get it or whatever. And then he asked me what I like it mixed or whatever. No, the song mix. I didn't know what that
Yeah.
was, so I was like, "No, I'm cool. Like, give me the song."
Oh,
But
okay.
then when I put two and two together, he wasn't just a regular engineer. He was actually, if you're from Philly, he was DJ Touchstone. Nah, yeah, yeah,
Oh my gosh.
yeah, 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 yeah,
I don't. A lot of the viewers may not be familiar, but DJ Touchtone is like been pivotal in Philadelphia radio.
yeah,
So, and that man gets busy on ones and twos, if I do say so myself. So
yeah.
that's really incredible that your first two songs, we'll say,
Right.
was engineered by DJ Touchtone. Now it makes sense
Yeah.
that you say he was
Wow.
blind, hence the name Touchtone.
Yup.
That's incredible.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So shout out to DJ Touchstone, man, for running across this interview, man. Nothing but respect and love, man. Keep doing your thing. Still out there pushing. You know what I'm saying?
Most definitely. The longevity, even then being around people that's been in the business for a long time, that might have been a sign for some good things to come. So
Yeah.
when you listen to
Mm-hmm.
the song, should I say, and
Uh,
you heard and you realized what the difference between mixed and not, what
uh,
was your initial reaction? Were you just glad to have done the songs, or
I was
what?
glad. I was just glad to hear myself on headphones. You know what I mean? Glad to hear
Right.
myself, just hear myself do music. You know what I mean? So even
Mhm.
that, it didn't click that the stuff's not mixed or mastered and things of that nature. Um,
Right.
my mom used to be like, "This don't sound right. This don't sound. But you gonna put this out, let people hear it?" I thought she was hating. You know what I mean? So
Right. Right.
shout out to Mama Moolah, man. You know what I mean?
No, shout out to Mama Mula. Even if she did wasn't familiar with how it all works,
Yeah,
she was trying to let you know. But no,
yeah,
I understand.
yeah. So that moment got a special place in my heart. You know.
No, I would imagine. I would imagine. What was that? I'm going to move on eventually. But what was that? But what was that feeling of excitement playing your first? Uh,
What? I'm sorry, I didn't let you get the
no,
sentence out.
no. Go ahead. Let me know. How did you feel finally hearing yourself in the headphones and being
Oh
able
man,
to be like, "Look what I did."
yeah, I was hyped as hell. You know what I mean? The first person I let listen to it was Hoopin' Boy and this pop or whatever, and they
Okay.
played it all the way from southwest to Mount Airy or whatever. You know, just playing that joint. So they were just hype it, running it back and running it back. And,
Yeah, it made you feel good, didn't it?
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
yeah, my music playing right now.
yeah. That's me, nigga. That's me. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? So no, I was excited as hell. You know what I'm saying? Just to even hear positive feedback back then. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, oh, okay, I can really do this. You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
yeah,
Do you
yeah,
still get that feeling today as you did then, playing your completing a song and hearing maybe even still letting other people hear it as well? Do you still get that excitement?
yeah. I still get that excitement now. Now that I know everything that goes with it. You know what I mean? Versus back
Mm.
then, yes, I still get excited. You know what I mean? Just hearing the feedback from people, hearing what they got to say and all of that. You know what I mean? It's still it's still there. That same excitement. You know.
Hmm. Hmm. Now you've been writing for a long time. You made it clear you started around 16, your early teens, late teens, with writing your own music and have had, I would say, more than quite a few
Mm,
projects, whether it's EPs or full albums. How do
mm.
you combat or how do you overcome writer's block for those that may struggle with that as well?
Um, I kind of I kind of just I take a step back from just writing, and then I kind of play the beat. You know what I mean, for a long period of time. I'll give you an example. I had one of the beat for Viral Blues, produced by DJ Frank Nice. I had that beat for over 4 years, and I had no idea what to do with it. You know what I mean? And
Hmm.
one day, just the words came to me. You know what I mean? And I was able to write. So I understand it's more of it might sound crazy, but it's more of let your spirit hear it. You know what I mean? Then your spirit will
No,
take
that
you.
makes sense.
You know what I'm saying? So
All right.
for those that do have writers block, sometimes don't force the lyrics, don't force the bars, but sometimes it's about feeling what you're saying versus writing what you're saying. You know what I mean? So
Hmm. Hmm.
just sit back and the words will come to you. Trust me, the words will come to you. You just got
Right. Does it help sometimes maybe not only going and letting one beat or instrumental sit and going in a different direction with another instrumental to kind of bring back that spark to
yes,
see if
yes,
it
that's
does something?
mhm.
Hmm.
Yeah, that helps as well. You know what I mean? It's all about getting into a writing group. You know what I mean? So if you go to one instrumental and you're just feeling it. You know what I mean? Go to the
Right.
next while you're still energized, while you're still in that spirit of writing. You know what I mean? Just keep going and going and going and going and going and going and going until that 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 feeling goes away. You know what I mean? So
Okay.
that's my advice. That's how
No, that sounds like a good process. And this next question may kind of piggyback off of that somewhat, but how do you keep your, or how have you kept your music fresh after being an artist for close to 20 years or so? Like, is it trying different beats, or what would you attribute to keeping up with and elevating your sound throughout your career?
I think it's uh one thing about knowing what the trend is, but also not following the trend. Meaning, you know what I mean? You know what each era trend is. You know what I mean? Like, you know, and uh, it's like you adapt to the sound of whatever is going on today, but you don't become that sound at the same time. You know what I mean? So I think that's what I kind of did was is like I adapted to what's going on in this era and the eras in the past, and being able to make sure that my music at least scratch the surface of that era in past eras. You know what I mean?
Mm, okay. Is instrumental and beat selection a part of that as well, or do you more so focus on subject matter, or do they go hand in hand?
It's kind of more of a hand to hand thing. It's kind of 50-50 with the subject matter and the beat selection. Because I wanted to make sure that the subject matter complements the beat and the sound of today's era versus past eras. So yeah, you can say I kind of cater to both.
Okay. Well, piggybacking off of that as well, what has kept you motivated to continue to do music for as long as you've been doing it?
Um, that's a good question. Um, I think what kept me motivated is the passion to keep elevating myself. You know what I mean? Um, Throughout the years, it's being better than the year before and the year after that and the years in the future. You know what I'm saying? I know people to the age limit or a cap on how long you should be rapping. You know what I mean? Or how long you should be doing something in
Right.
general. And I think you should stop once you stop having a passion for it. You know what I mean? As
Mm,
long as you continue to have a passion for it, um, it will do nothing more but elevate. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
yeah. That's what keeps me motivated. It's just being better than what I was last year.
Okay.
That's-
Keeping that hunger.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's decent. Okay. Okay. So, if you do,
Mhm.
tell us any artist you compare yourself or could be in comparison to yourself, whether it's your cadence, um, style in general, maybe subject matter, or if you feel like you stand alone, then let us know about that as well.
No, well, I do see, cause comparison and like when it comes to my storytelling, I say more like a Scarface or a Tupac, where my stories is coming from a real place. You know what I'm saying? Um,
Hmm.
and I feel like when it comes to just uh, like songwriting in general, as far as like outside the storytelling and all of that, I feel like it's just me by myself. You know what I mean? Like I'm in a class of my own. You know what I'm saying? Um, as far as the writing aspect goes. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm trying to when I'm writing, I'm trying to make sure I say something or write something that's so dope that no other rapper said before or no other rapper would ever think of. You know what I'm saying? That's
Mhm.
the aspect I come from. My writing.
Which goes back to that having that passion and wanting to outdo yourself from the last year type of thing.
Right, right.
That makes sense. That makes sense. So, as we are aware, or maybe some may not be, you're from Philadelphia, and this isn't necessarily anything I had, but I'm interested in hearing your perspective on what the Philadelphia rap sound is, and do you utilize that at all, or do you kind of try to veer away from that, or um, how do you find that balance between sounding like a lot of other rappers from where you're from, and also being able to have your own identity?
Mm. Well, when I think of the Philly rap scene right now, I think it's I think it's a lot of dope artists out there. Um, However, I do think it's a lot of copycatting going on in the city. If I'm speaking from an honest standpoint, you know,
Mhm.
I feel like every rapper kind of sounds the same. I mean, the only rapper I believe that was really outside of the box, in my opinion, is like PNB Rock. You know what I'm saying? That was really
Yeah.
outside of the box as far as his sound and his direction. Um, and then what was the young boy from Philly that passed away? Can't think
Um,
Positive Bull.
I don't want to say the wrong name. I have it in my mind though.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, we'll double back on that because it'll
yeah,
come to me. But I know who you're talking about, and
yeah,
those are definitely two dope artists that kind of I want to say stepped out of the box, so to speak, to what the average rapper from Philly may sound like, and um, kind of branched out, and I think made the kids feel a little more comfortable
yeah.
with rapping, or what it's almost like a mashup of different styles. It's not just rapping, but
Right.
older generations are kind of used to that more aggressive sound and very bar heavy, um, and speaking a lot about what's going on in the city as well. But no, I completely understand as far as what you were saying about it, liking those different types of younger rappers. Are there any maybe rappers from our generation that you still enjoy today, listening to, that's kind of stayed fresh?
I do, you know, I listen to a lot of young Chris. You know what I mean? I think he's still consistent as far as making music. He's just, he just doesn't got the machine behind him that he once was. But I think as far as consistency goes, you know what I mean? He's doing quite quite often. You know what I mean?
Mm.
As far as like from the city, you know what I mean? And then of course there's Enes as well, you know what I mean? That stayed pretty consistent in the music bag and also the battle rap bag. You know what I mean? So those the two that I still, you know what I mean, keep tabs on to this day.
Okay, okay. Now you've been doing music for quite some time. You've been signed. Maybe if some people don't know that, or you've gotten offered, definitely gotten offered to be signed, as
Right.
well as this making a decision overall to be an independent artist.
Mhm.
Have there been any artists in your past that you've maybe help gain or managed, or just given them some opportunities that maybe you would have liked to have?
Um, yeah. There's a few. You know what I mean? Um, shout out to Avery Shante, shout out to Channel Black. You know what I mean? Those two artists. I won't necessarily say managed, but they was in my circle. I was kind of a guidance to them, so to speak.
Okay.
Um, and yeah, you know what I mean? I gave them opportunities to do different shows, and just as far as like, you know what I mean, just putting them out there. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Everything ain't about being at the top of the top. It's about learning, from the experience. You know what I'm saying?
No,
And
most definitely.
yeah, and I definitely got them recognition throughout the city. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? And
Hmm.
and yeah, there's a few other artists. I would not name, but there's a few other artists that I did help, and they did they big thing and gained some decent opportunities for themselves. I should say.
Okay. I just wanted to give I just wanted to give you some recognition because I know you've been in the music for quite a while, and as well as in battle rap, and we'll speak briefly upon that maybe. Um, but I wanted to kind of give you the opportunity to express how it may be important helping other artists can be, to not only giving them a shot but feeling heard, um, giving them some ideas as far as how to expand, as well as just helping them feel safe and going through the growing pains of being an artist. So that's
Mhm.
these.
Yeah.
My next question would be, and we spoke a little bit about your music from your early on teens, and we haven't really got on to now where you are currently. But how do you
Mm.
feel as though your music has changed from where you are to where you were to where you are now? Excuse me. And what things maybe have you implemented throughout that time to kind of help it elevate?
So I think you know going back to my earlier music. Now that I'm reflecting back a little bit, my earlier music, in my opinion, was immature, so to speak. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, I think it was a learning experience, and then I feel like now, as I got older, I'm just speaking from more of a grown, mature standpoint. You know what I mean? I kind of let my life experience um, the, the soundtrack of my music. You know what I'm saying? Um, and being more vulnerable as far as what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Because the younger me, I think, was more um, with the BS. It was ill intentions why I was doing certain things versus today, where I'm speaking strictly from more of a life experience.
That makes sense. No, I mean, with age and wisdom, it does show in the art, whether it's music or anything else. So that makes sense. Let's get into a little bit about how to overcome adversity. So, how do you handle hearing maybe negative criticisms about your art, whether it's rap, battle rap, or streaming or anything of the like, how do you move past that, or how do you continue to stay motivated through that?
Um, I, I think I just overcome it by knowing that most of the people that are criticizing my music or because there's a difference between criticizing and criticizing from a professional standpoint, I would say, versus criticizing because you know you whatever reason, you know what I mean. But I think I just overcome it by knowing that I got a set goal in mind of what I'm doing this all for. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
I can kind of try to stay on that track. You know what I'm saying? And I think I also
Mm.
overcome it due to like, you know what I mean? I told y'all, you know, my mom was a child psychiatrist, things of that nature. So a lot of that stuff rubbed off of me growing up. You know what I mean? Just from different conversations we had, and you know, growing my perspective on just human being in general. You know what I mean? Some people, you know, deflect negative energy due to their being scared to put themselves out there. You know what I'm saying? You know, so
Mhm.
understanding that. You know what I mean? It kind of, you know what I mean? It just keeps me elevated. It keeps me motivated because you know at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? I'm the one that's doing this. You know what I'm saying? And I'm the one
Right.
goal and the purpose. And you know what I mean? You can't let criticism deflect what your overall goal is. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's what keeps me motivated.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And like you say, you have a passion for it, and clearly a talent as well, because there's always going to be some negative criticisms, but I'm sure the belief in yourself, enjoying what you're doing, and the positive feedback kind of outweighs the negative.
Yeah, yeah. At the end of the day, kind of outweighs it. You know. And then at the end of the day, you know, it's just me also enjoying the frustration that it gives the critic at times. You know what I mean? Because
Right.
sometimes the critic itself has ill intention behind their critiquing, so to speak. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
by we keep going and going and going, I would see how long it makes that critic exhausted from covering my music and seeing how consistent it can be with keeping up with everything I do. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. You definitely have to have a thick skin, so to speak, to be putting yourself on the forefront as an artist. So any tricks and tips that you are offering right now, I'm sure not just beneficial to
Mm,
me,
right.
but others as well, because it can be challenging.
Yes.
So let's get a little bit into being an independent artist, right?
Mm.
What are some of, in your perspective, or the positives of being an independent artist, and also what has been some of your challenges as being an independent artist?
I think the positive of being an independent artist is that you can always go with your vision. You know what I'm saying? Um, I gotta be careful with that word. I might get injured for all my wrestling fans. But anyway, um, but yeah, it keeps you on track for your vision and what you got. It keeps you on track and focused for what you want to accomplish. You know what I'm saying? Like with being the because if you're an artist that's with a label, so to speak, you know what I mean, you're going with 30% of what you're envisioning versus 70% of what the labels want you to do. You know what I mean? I'm saying?
Mm.
Um, so I think the big positive is that you can always um, go with your vision. Now the challenges of that is that you don't got the same finances that an artist get while being backed by a label or a machine because you got to put in your own, you know, promotion. You got to do your own marketing. You got to do your own studio time. You got to pay the producer. You got to pay the music fees. You got to get your own clothes. You know what I mean? Or you got to hire a person, to, the style of stuff. You know what I mean? You got to do your own travel. You know what I mean? So it's not an easy game because all of that, financial wise, is a challenge. You know what I'm saying? And then also staying level here. You know what I mean? Then
Mhm.
you got to treat your, you got to also teach yourself media training, you know what I mean, that the label does provide for their artists, you know what I mean?
That's true.
So, a lot of these things you gotta do on your own, you know what I mean? So as any independent artist out there that's listening right now, it's okay to make mistakes. You know what I mean? It's always okay to make mistakes because you are by yourself unless you got a team. And I encourage a lot of people to that's independent artists out there is to get themselves a team around them of different people, you know what I mean, to help them, get to their goals in their career. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't do it all by yourself. You really can't.
Mm. No, that's true. In your opinion, does is being an independent artist with everything that you've named, is it worth it? Is it more worth it than going to a label, or does it depend on the person? What's your opinion on that?
Um, it's more worth it than getting with an art. Like, you know what I mean? Because, you know what I'm saying? Like, look at the artists now. Some of them are getting caught in, getting parties or getting caught in, you know what I'm saying? Drug addiction, and all this, all this type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? That comes with being with a label and getting some of the perks and stuff that the label provides. You know what I mean? So being an independent artist, you can't fuck yourself. Pardon my language. You know what I mean?
That's true.
So, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? Yeah, you kind of gotta keep yourself
I think from I'm getting what you're saying, it's like whatever you put into it is what you'll get out of it.
right.
You get a lot more creative control as well as a lot more maybe financial gain, even though that hill to climb may seem steep for yourself financially in the beginning. At
Right.
the end, there's a bigger reward to it at the end of it all. Having your own control over um, your own name, likeness, everything of the sort, as well as the financial gain, not being split who knows how many ways,
Right.
if that makes sense. Okay. Mhm. Um, I've listened to your latest project, Money on My Mind, and as well as other projects numerous times, and I've noticed that you tend to put at least certain aspects of your own personal journey through life in the music. How important do you feel that is with music artists, with whether it's rap or anything else? Do you feel like that's almost a necessity, or is it just something that you enjoy doing?
Um, I think it's more of um, I kind of take my what I've been through in life and kind of put it into my music. You know what I mean? Um, I think um, I try to my goal is to give you as much as Daryl is possible. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So like that's kind of the goal in my music is to just be honest as humanly possible through my music. You know what I'm saying? And let the listener get to know me through my music, through my trials and tribulations,
Right.
through the good things and the bad things. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Do you think in doing that the listeners feel a bit more connected to, I guess, not just you, but
Yeah.
the music as well? Maybe feel um, like it's more relatable.
Yeah. Because some of the things that I talk about happen in front of their faces. You know what I'm saying? So I think there's a connection there because they're like, oh, he's not my things I lie about that. You know what I mean? And the things that they don't see or don't know. You know what I mean? I'm saying it from a real place. You know what I mean? And hoping that the listener can connect to it. But I think the people that do listen to my music know that 9 times out of 10 I'm coming from honest place.
Right, right. Is that therapeutic for you as well, coming from an honest place, or is it challenging? Like talk me through that a little bit. What are some of the positives and negatives doing that?
Um, it is therapeutic to me. It is like therapy to me. You know what I mean? It's to let some of those personal things out that I might have, you know, kept within myself. You know what I'm saying? Um, but the challenging thing is, in all honesty, I think all independent artists tussle with that, and it's how much do you want to do? You know what I mean?
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? Um, and I try to give them at least 75% of myself. You know what I mean?
okay.
To the people as far as what I mean, like what I've been
Yeah. Is it also? I'm sorry.
doing.
Is it also important to keep some of that to yourself as well, like just to, I guess, maintain a certain level of privacy?
Yeah. It's important to keep some things what I mean private to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, um, you are um, giving a lot of information out about yourself, and some things you want to just what I mean keep under wraps for you. You know what I'm saying? Some things you just do and you own. You know what I mean? So you gotta kind of pick out what you want to talk about. What you want to talk
That makes sense.
about.
So, how important, or is it important at all,
Yeah.
for you to be respected by your peers, other musical artists, or um, appreciated by supporters, listeners, people that may not do music? Like, what's more important to you?
Um, I think both. I think both is very important to me. You know what I mean? Being respected by my peers because um, it's some peers that I grew up watching. You know what I mean? And I want to be what I mean at least neck and neck with them or somewhere in the history books with them. You know what I'm saying? And then for my supporters, it's like what I mean. Some of my supporters of me has been with me since I was 16 years old. You know what I'm saying? So, I always got a special place in my heart for them. You know what I mean? And then there's other supporters that came in later in my career. Um, that, I want to, keep them, what I mean, um, keep them entertained. You know what I mean? Keep them
Yeah.
entertained. And, at the end of the day, you know what I mean? Um, hopefully leaving off different, decent legacy. You
Right.
know,
That's deep. That's deep.
one second, one second, one second.
No problem. No problem. Again, I appreciate everyone watching. Make sure y'all hit that like button, share the stream out, um, just subscribe. Make sure y'all tune in. This is the Kai B Not Enough Takeover interview with Jamandy Money. I hope y'all enjoying it so far. We got a bit more left. Then we're going to get into something a little lighter, and then we'll let y'all go. It won't be too much longer, but hopefully y'all enjoying in the meantime, in between time.
Yeah. Okay, I'm back.
Brother Money just needed a nice glass of water. Did you get you
Yeah,
something to drink?
Yeah, yeah,
Good,
yeah.
good, good. I ain't gonna hold you hostage too much longer. We
No, no,
good.
no,
We
no.
good.
You know how you feel like the kite mouth pause? Yeah,
No,
but
no, yeah. And then talking for an extended period of time definitely does that.
yeah.
So, um, I know you, like you say, you've been outgoing
Mm,
as far as doing wrestling promos and things of that nature.
mm,
Um, you've been performing, whether in battle rap or rap in general. Tell me a little bit about that process and the differences in preparing, maybe to do a show
mm,
with their music versus a battle. How
mm.
do they maybe compare and contrast for you, if at all?
Um, I think a battle is more of you the battle rap is more of like the memorization standpoint. You know what I'm saying? Is it's easy to perform because there's no extra noise besides crowd noise that you hear. You know what I mean?
Mm,
Um, and it's a different energy because you know what I'm saying. You're looking for a different reaction versus what you're looking for at a regular show. You know what I'm saying? So, like in battle rap, I'm more excited to hear like people react to something crazy I gotta say. You know what I'm saying? Then like the show aspect though, um, and also in battle rap, it's about breath control. You know what I'm saying? Um, because you are performing music for a long a 3 song set could sound like it's sweet because it's a 3 song set, but a 3 song set is a lot of energy because you're really using your whole body to perform. You know what I mean? Because I'm a very
yeah.
energetic um, artist in general. You know what I mean? So no, I think the difficulty is just for me, it's just breath control and stuff like that. But I think both. Uh, I'm good at both because I just like entertaining overall, and I think that helps me with both avenues from the battle rap to the shows and things of that nature.
Okay. Is one maybe a little bit more gratifying or satisfying more than the other? I know with um, battle rap, there's a lot of crowd participation and
Mm,
things of that nature. You kind of know when you're doing well. And
right.
the same can be said for performing a song, but depending on if it's a newer song or a different audience, they may not be as familiar with the words and things of that nature. So, what's what do you get a little bit more enjoyment out of
I
as
think I
far
get.
as the difference?
I think I get more of engagement out of the show versus battle rap. You know what I mean? I think some aspects of battle rap is very fake to me. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? So even though I enjoy the love and support from battle rap after a win or so, I kind of know in the back of my mind that it's kind of for the now moment versus at a show where you're literally rapping, performing in front of a bunch of strangers that got no emotional attachment to you. You know what I'm saying?
mm,
So they're not
mm.
judging your character, they're judging, what they see, what I mean, right then and there. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Mm.
So I like that better. And then, just meeting new people and interacting, gaining new fans, what I mean, letting them, hear them sing the songs that they like from me and stuff like that. And you know, I used yeah,
Yeah.
not really, but yeah.
No, I understand.
Used to
I
be
understand.
perfect.
Oh
But
yeah.
yeah,
Let your hair down. It's okay. We well into almost an hour. Let your hair down. So I've heard you speak about um, the importance of promo as well as meeting other people, other artists,
Mm,
other people that are somewhat in correlation to a certain level of spotlight or some type of artistry, whether it's podcasting, um, music, battle rap, um, uh, business wise, as far as league owners and things of that nature, and just building rapport with individuals in that way. Um,
mm.
Tell me a little bit about how doing those things and stepping out of the comfort zone, if it was a comfort zone at all, has helped your career,
You talking about as far as me doing podcasts and all the things that I do?
as well as I've seen you go to battles, meet people, introduce yourself,
Oh, okay.
um, you know, promote yourself on different platforms and in front of other people's audiences and things of that nature, really pushing kind of just being out there that
Mm.
way. What you do is out there more so and building relationships with other people. How has that helped you in your career?
It helped a lot. It helped a lot because networking is very important in the field of entertainment. You know what I mean? You never know what you're gonna meet in the business. You know what I'm saying? So it's important for you to be active and outgoing as possible. You know what I'm saying? So my experience in that has been very good because I met a lot of people that's in the industry, that's outside the industry, that used to be in the industry. You know what I'm saying? I met a lot of people who build a lot of decent rapport with a lot of people. So it helped a lot with me being outgoing. You know?
How would you give some advice for another artist to build that comfortable and confidence in doing that?
Um, I would say, you know what I mean, only the strong survive in this business. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I was waiting for. Some hard hitting truth. Let's go. Yeah.
You just survive in this business, and this is still my platform, so I can be a little thing. But
Yeah, it
you
is. Just because it's a takeover, this is your house. I still got my shoes on. Do
um,
your thing.
you can't be in this business being a bitch. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have some to you, and you gotta shake the fear out of you because it's about 50% no's and 50% yes. You know what I'm saying? You want to hear no's pretty often. You want to hear yes pretty often. You know what I'm saying? But a yes or no, it's not going to hurt you. Think how many times your parents growing up told you yes or no, things that you really wanted to do or go to or whatever the case may be. So it's the same thing. You know what I'm saying? You're just
Mhm.
hearing it from a different person. So when you think from that aspect, it becomes very easy for you to do consistently. You know what I mean? So
Right.
you know what I mean? So if you're an artist out there, man, you know what I mean, and you're like a little bit timid, you know what I mean? It's okay. Just look in the mirror and just be like, yo, stop being a bitch. You know what I mean? It's time to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um,
You gotta be able to give yourself that tough love because like you said, you're gonna hear a lot of no's, you're gonna hear a lot of criticisms,
yeah,
not necessarily constructive. You're going to hear a lot of negative things, putting
mm,
yourself and your craft out there, and a lot of people are sensitive about
right,
putting something they created out there, let alone themselves. So you
right,
really gotta just, you know, bite down or in the mouth guard, keep going, type of thing.
exactly,
You
exactly,
can't cry about everything.
yes.
So I'm a freestyle a little bit. I've been jumping a little bit all over the place, but
No, no,
I'm
no,
interested.
change your world. Takeover. It's the Copy Takeover, nigga.
Cosby takeover, yes indeed. Yeah, we here. It's the first time I got my balls on a night enough.
Now I'm in my bag now.
I gotta know. Yeah, loosen. Oh, yeah, relax yourself. I'm not Barbara Walters. You know what I mean?
I know.
Wait,
Damn, Kyle, you damn
relax yourself.
you asking some good
I'm not.
questions.
I'm not. I'm not going to, jump all in your business like Oprah Winfrey. What color socks you got on right now? You know what I mean? What brand? But I'm interested in, has the artist D Money
Mm-hmm.
ever bled into the person Daryl, or have you
Yes.
found a balance? And okay, give me an example of that. Give me an example of that.
Is that an example?
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm not gonna say the person's name, but I will say that a lot of my controversy came from a Daryl standpoint at times. You know what I'm saying? As far as I guess my temper goes with certain things, you know.
Mm.
Um, yeah, so I think kind of the crash out moment, so to speak. It's more of a Daryl thing, you know what I mean, than a D Money thing.
So I'm actually surprised to hear that. Well, not really, not really, not really. Now that I think about it, but yeah, okay, okay. Yeah, because it's about honesty, and I think
Right,
at points when you're in artist mode, you try to be um a little bit more professional. You try to make sure that you don't show certain things get into you, or you don't try to overstep certain boundaries other people may
right,
have or whatever.
right, right.
But personally,
Mm.
it's kind of hard to do that and just stay focused and stay steady and steadfast in um controlling
You're
your yourself as your perception as the artist.
yeah. Because I think at times, I didn't understand what things was like rage baiting was, you know what I mean? I didn't know what those type of things was, you know what I mean? I didn't do my research on those type of things. So, some certain things I took personal, down the person took personal because of the fact that I just didn't understand what it was doing. You know what I mean? When I think of people trying to test me type shit versus, oh, this is the entertainment aspect of this. Okay, I get it. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
First it was hard for me to separate the two when it came to the internet age. That's what it is. The internet age. You know what I mean? It was hard to
Hmm.
adapt to the internet era. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm used to conflict being confronted face to face. So I didn't know how to. You know what I mean?
Yes, indeed. Yes,
Fuck somebody
indeed.
up on stream. I didn't know how to.
Whoa, hold on now. Hold on.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So you know what I mean? Yeah. So it was just adapting to what today is in
Hmm.
what era we're in. You know what I'm
Let's get a little bit into your creativity,
saying?
okay? Because I've been around for quite some time, and not only are you a rapper, but you do podcasting and other things creatively.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know how many ideas that you've had
Mm-hmm.
in the last few years as hosting a podcast that you feel like have been taken and someone try to remix it and it not be as successful. You don't have to mention names, but I want to know specifically, like how many ideas do you think in the last, let's say, 5 years, 4 or 5 years, and doing podcasting and becoming successful at it, becoming monetized at it,
Mm.
have you seen people take a little bit of that D money,
Mm.
energy idea and try to make it come to life and it just fall flat?
I'm sorry. You're good. You're good though. That was see. Sorry.
All
Uh,
right, now I'm off the book now because you're comfortable. I think I was a little too, I was a little too locked in.
but I think a bunch of my ideas were stolen. You know what I mean? I don't think I know. Because I saw it.
With your
Um,
own eyes. Yeah.
with my own eyes, and I'm pretty sure those around me saw it as well with their own eyes. Um, I think people took a lot of my ideas or grabbed certain aspects of my personality and tried
Mhm.
to remix it into their personality. You know what I mean?
Mm.
And there's a ton of people that fell flat attempting, to either steal an idea or still a personality trait or still
Keep going. We got okay. What else?
get in, you know what I
Talk to
mean?
them. Hmm.
You know what I mean? Just steal everything from me. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of people fell because mentally they like the creativity themselves. You know what I'm saying? You know,
To keep it going, to make it fresh, to be consistent at it.
yeah. Because it takes a lot to be creative and be consistent with creative ideas. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of people fail because that's not who they are. You know what I'm saying? And you're always going to fail not being who you genuinely are. You know what I'm saying? And I think if you want to steal anything from me, it's being who you are. That's what you should steal from me for future references. You know what I mean? Is being yourself is what you should steal from me because that's the key part of life is being yourself. And I think I'm a great testament, a vessel and fresh of being yourself. You know what I'm
Yes, indeed. And yes, a walking definition of what being yourself looks like. You think is the money, the
saying? Mhm.
viral one,
Right.
Daryl.
Yes. Yes.
And that's how to stay consistent.
Yeah.
Okay, how do you piggybacking off of you creating these ideas, knowing they've been taken, trying to remix? How do you
Mhm.
keep new ideas coming? Is it easier for you because you are so in tune with yourself, comfortable with yourself, or is it something that you have just had to develop? Do you have to think about things hard? Give me some insight.
I think it's because again going back to me as a kid and being a fan of wrestling and stuff like that, I came up with creative ideas all the time. I had to think of my own creative promos at 7 years old. You know how hard that is trying to,
Cut promo at 7, yeah, when
get my
the
promo
people
at
you
7.
watching been
You know,
doing it for years.
yeah, you got family members watching you at the dinner table. You know what I mean? I keep the material fresh. You know what I'm saying? You can't keep you can't keep repeating the same thing over and over. Over and over the same phrases. You know what I mean?
Right, right.
You know what I mean? So you gotta keep things fresh. So I think I always took that from a 7-year-old kid. Think about it. 7-year-old kid and continuing to expand my mind with new ideas all the way to, what I mean, at the age I am now. You know what I'm saying? That's like consistency. You know what I mean? That's something
Right.
that never went away from me. So I think it's just naturally in me. You know what I'm saying?
What got you into podcasting?
Um,
Was it following the times, trying to, just staying current? Was it you wanting to show a little bit more of your personality?
Yeah, I think it was more of like I want to show more of my personality. You know what I mean? I'm a talkative person by nature. So it's like I want to talk. You know what I mean? I got I want
You
to
got
say
things to say. Yeah.
yeah.
You got
So,
some stuff
so,
to say.
so you know what I'm saying? I wanted to just I wanted at first when I did podcasting, I wanted to feel of just being on the block. You know what I mean? Just shooting the shit
Mhm, mhm.
and talking and engaging with people and stuff like that, things of that nature. But then as things got out of hand, you know what I mean? I was like, it's time to build this back to a more subject matter based podcast. You know what I'm saying?
Right. A little more
Because
structure.
yeah, a little structure, a little structure. Structure ain't bad, you know what I mean? For
Not at
nobody.
all.
So,
Right.
so, um, so what I wanted to do was make it more of subject matter based because what I've observed, what happens with podcasts is where people are just shooting shit on, is because it becomes the people in the chat necessarily wants to become the star of the show versus what I mean, the host being the main priority. You know what I'm saying? And then you just got a royal rumble of different personalities on top of the panel trying to over disrespect each other or over talk to each other in order to get their voices heard. And then you kind of lose track of the main priority, which is the host. You know what I'm saying? In general. You know what I'm saying? So now you come to see more of these characteristics cause chaos on the panel versus people actually enjoying the show. And it's a positive and a negative for that. Because again, yes, you got a bunch of people in the panel that you can use as a viewing point for the viewer, right? But then after
Mhm.
a while, as months go by, the negative of that becomes that the listener feels like they're seeing the same old thing on repeat, on repeat, on repeat, on repeat, on repeat.
Right.
And after a while, it turns the listener off, whether the host knows it or not. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
It's, your show stops becoming the main priority because they already kind of know what they get. They're not getting nothing new. They're getting the same thing, the same arguments, the same exposures, the same everything. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right. No, that makes sense. And like you said, at some point, especially because a lot of people that come to the panel are from the chat, it almost feels like they at points feel like co-stars instead of enjoying the content that
Right.
you can bring. They
Mm-hmm.
feel almost obligated or entitled to assisting in making content with you
Right.
instead of enjoying it um, for themselves and being comfortable with being viewers and watching and when and where like to get into that place. It almost feels like a sense of entitlement from my perspective. Do you feel the same way? Like after keep hitting the panel, keep hitting the panel.
Mhm. Yeah, imagine you watching Martin, right? And Martin's sitting there doing his show. He's doing this thing with Gina and all that. They in the middle of a segment, and all of a sudden, somebody comes down from the studio audience, and they want to be a part of the scene too. And then three more members from the studio audience come down, and then five more, and then 10 more of the studio audience come down. After a while,
Yeah.
you know what I
Next
mean?
thing you know, the whole audience is with you. No one's watching.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Nobody's watching Martin. They're just watching this big sea of chaos. You know what I mean? And now the show has no purpose at all. You know what I'm saying? It's just a shit show that you're watching. You know what I
All
mean?
right.
You know what I'm
No, I
saying?
couldn't agree more.
Can you
No, I
imagine
don't.
that? Can you imagine the middle of the Martin episode where Gina gets her
People
hand
just
stuck in the hand?
yeah, people running down and
Yeah, people were running
standing
down
in
and
front of the camera.
shit. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Standing in front of the
right.
camera, Studio A person arguing with Studio B about
They're
him
looking
having,
at the camera like this.
yeah, this nigga's a bitch ass nigga, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
you got this horrific scene that's being overshadowed by this Sea of Chaos. Martin
Mhm.
shows through it. You know what I mean? You know?
You're
So,
not lying. You're
yeah,
not lying. It's even in sketch comedy shows, there's a cast, but it's still structured in a way
right,
where two people may do a skit, three, four. It's not 20, all 25 or however many people. And we definitely not in inviting the studio audience because then
right.
what are we doing the show for at the end of the day?
Yes, yes. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me your perspective
Mhm.
on battle rap for you right now. As far as being a battle rapper, I don't know if you've outwardly expressed what your plans are for the future of this year in battle rap, but just give me some insight on what you feel like you, the future of battle rap for you looks like.
Um, the future of battle rap right now looks like um uh it's winding down. It's winding down. Um, I think battle raps in the space where um it don't want to be loved. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
It's like that um that toxic baby mom that wants to just keep you around, you know, um bring you into their toxic mess. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah, Lord have mercy. Yeah.
yeah. So it's like, I think I'm done. I feel like I accomplished everything I need to do with battle rap. You know what I mean? 2026 will be my last year in battle rap. You know what I mean? I just feel like I accomplished everything I need to accomplish. You know what I'm saying? I went viral multiple times. Had great battles that I'm super proud of. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? My performances. And I don't think I need to be in a fake place. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
all open honesty. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I think battle rap is based upon popularity. You know what I mean? It's just it's too high school for my liking. You know what I mean? And it took away from the the uh, legit passion I have for art. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah. So 2026 will be my last year in battle rap, and yeah, I'm moving on because I think battle rap just sucks. You know what I mean? Battle rap is pretty terrible at this point. You know what I'm saying? It's more gossip girlish versus competition. Competitiveness. You know what I mean? Because I got in battle rap because I felt like music wasn't competitive enough for my liking. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? I got in battle rap because I'm more of a direct combat competition. You know what I mean?
Right.
But now it's based upon who likes who in real life. You know what I'm saying? Um, you know, who shook whose hand first. You know,
Right.
um, you know, you know. I mean, it became a kiss ass uh, feel. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's not my style to be around. Like a bunch of kiss asses. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
And
That
I don't,
defeats the purpose
yeah, and I just don't
of
like a
being
bunch.
competitive.
Yeah, and I just don't like a bunch of men running through other men to shake other men's hands. It's like disgusting at this
It
point.
is wild. It
Yeah,
is
yeah,
wild.
yeah. So it's like battle rap is it's a waste of time. You know what I mean? From from virtual to in person, like all the way around. It's just a shit show.
Yeah. It sounds like you've outgrown it. Not the competitive aspect,
Mm.
but the disingenuous aspect of being two battlers in combat. Because, like you said, it's a popularity contest test,
Yeah,
which defeats the purpose of being competitive. If
yeah, 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 exactly.
everyone knows who's the winner even
Before,
before.
yes, yes. So
Right.
that's what it. Thank you, Kyle, for saying that. The mystery of battle rap is destroyed. So you already know who wins the battle due to popular decision. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Um, you know what I mean? So it's not the same. It's not the
Okay. I got a few more questions on this segment. I want to
same.
know, what do you hope to achieve this year in music? Since this you're veering off of battle rap this year,
Mm.
focusing a little bit more on structured podcasting as well as music. What do you hope to accomplish for yourself this year, 2026?
I just want to enhance my fan base. I want to focus on that, gaining new fans, new attraction. Um, I want to do more shows. You know what I'm saying? I love performing. You know what I mean? In front of people. Um, then just doing more like music videos. Just now that it's going to be my main priority is focusing how the music business is now today. Because now today is more from a visual standpoint. People want to know more of the story. They want to see more music videos. You know what I mean? They're not. It's not a listening game. It's a visual game now. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm excited to adapt to what the music industry is today.
To be a little and expand a little bit or more on your creativity visually is what I'm
Right.
hearing. Well,
Yes. Yes.
makes sense. Okay, for this next portion, because I'm taking over, I like to play a few songs from your latest project, Money on My Mind. If you guys haven't listened, please listen. It's fire. I'm not just saying that, and if I am, whatever, I know I'm not. I enjoy it as unbeknownst to us being close.
Mhm.
It's fire. So I like to just play a few songs if that's okay. And I have a few questions specifically to those songs, if that's cool.
Okay.
Are we gonna run back the first one that y'all had the pleasure of hearing, which is Mula Beat Away. Then I'll ask some questions and we'll get into a few more tracks. Be sure to hit that like button if you have not already. Share the stream, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and become a member because it's going to be more, much, much more on a Not Enough podcast from yours truly, the Vow, D Money. And I may pop up from here to there too, but this is about the Vow.
No, facts, man. You guys, you know what I mean, hit the like button. Share this live out. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, some of these questions have um, got y'all to know more about me that y'all didn't know. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Most definitely. And I'm just speaking from enjoying, but I love to do a part two. I know it's just so much. So
Right.
I kind of had to break it down, shape and mold. But I love to do a part two because there's much, much more I think you have to offer and share as far as and then I have a lot more on my mind to ask you. That's okay. But maybe I'll get a part two. It probably will be on members only because that's the kind of girl I am. You know, I think it. I think our interviews is worth going to members only. But now let's get into this. We're going to listen to Mola Beat Away by yours truly, D Money from his project recently dropped. Money on My Mind. It's definitely dope. Y'all give it a listen. It's in a playlist on the Moolah Gang Entertainment YouTube channel, which y'all are on now, hopefully watching. Just check out and look for the playlist. Let's get into this Moolah Beat Away real quick.
Wanna be away for a lot of you niggas. Hustle and drive what I got on you niggas. M16 when I pop on you niggas. Keep it 100, I'm rock with you niggas. Keep it a band, my feet on land. You catch bullets like CD land. Got this shit in the chokehold, nigga. Move it the gang, I'm a goat mode, nigga. Pip ass strong with a broke hole, nigga. Niggas fear me and my promo, nigga. Fuck the you, I'm a promo, nigga. Ain't in my soak, my solo, nigga. Shit ride me like a polo, nigga. I'm locked in on the dojo, nigga. Free cowboy, no romo, nigga. Nah, stay on me, no romo, nigga. Y'all niggas going through nada. I'm sharp as a teeth and banana. Your ass and me's a vagina. I'm coming with nothing but fire. We spinning like the wheels of a tire. You're mad, your time expire. You're a rat that's wearing wire. You're a rat that's wearing wire. Mama told me never trick. Daddy told me stand on mine. Y'all niggas ain't got no home. Mama call y'all vagabonds. I'm the fifth animal. Nigga, that's a dragon sign. But y'all niggas ain't got no hands. Something like dragonfly. I got bomb bitches with me. Been Latin wives. If I'm not the one, then why these niggas reacting? God, pray for my enemies. They ain't no competition. Fake friends on my dick, working for the opposition. I'll be on the proper mission. Man, rhymes ain't my composition. I got plates like I'm washing dishes. Y'all gotta ask for your boss permission. You different, 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 you different. As I pray the Lord my soul to keep, amen. Keep me away from all the evil and fake, please, Lord. Pray all my real niggas get their papes, facts. Moon be the gang. Let the church say amen. Let the church say amen.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. That was Moolah Beat Away, y'all. From Money on My Mind album. It's out right now. Go ahead and run that up. I'm telling you, on my soul. And that was just the first track, mind you. Okay, that's how we starting it off. So let me get into this. Let me get into this Moolah Beat Away, okay?
Okay.
And I could have picked a lot of different songs, but I was going for some that gave me different feels, different perspectives on the project. So I heard some aggression in that Mola Beat Away song. What made you feel like you needed to let that out? Was it um just something in you? Did the instrumental um inspire that? Was there something going on personally? Break that down for me.
Um, um, I think when I heard well, first I heard the background singers there within the instrumental. Um,
Mm.
and I kind of had to like beat away theme in my head from during that portion of the instrumental, where all the gospel related stuff in there. And
Mhm.
then when I thought of calling it would be the way, and then I thought about, again going back to like you said earlier in the interview, a lot of people taking my style, a lot of people, doing this, that, and the third. And I felt like, I needed to let that out with a passion. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, what would be the way for a lot of you niggas hustle and drive, but I got them niggas. You know what
Niggas.
I
Yeah.
mean? So I think I was inspired by the by the Holy Spirit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Saying in that way, in that tone, and that aggression. You know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
yeah.
What made you what made you pick that song to start off this project?
I thought it was like a decent way to start off the project because, well, number one, it's almost like gospel, like, you know what I mean, and that's something that a direction that nobody heard me go in music wise, even from an instrumental standpoint. You know what I'm saying? So I thought it was a unique way to start off the album, and then it kind of went with the theme of "Money on My Mind." You know what I mean? Which the title is not really Chuck. It's not like money on my mind and think about money. No, it's
Mhm.
actually a double. I'm speaking more from um, money on my mind is for those people that are consistently thinking of me. So that's why I used the title as "Money on My Mind." You know what I mean? So that was the double entendre there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like some of it is speaking to the critics. You know what I'm saying? And some of it is speaking from a personal experience from Daryl's perspective as well. You know what I'm saying? So you get both of these different sides. You get the criticism side, and then you get, my story as well. You know what I'm saying? And it's like a gumbo pot of all that put together.
Okay. Can you, since you spoke about that two different sides, can you give me an aspect from the song "Will It Be the Way" that was more so from a personal aspect?
Um, um, the part where I'm like, Mama told you never trip, Daddy told me stand on mine. You know, again, my parents instilled a lot of things in me. You know what I mean? So, my mom told me, don't trip, don't let people navigate you into BS, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? You're in
Mhm.
control of yourself. You know what I'm saying? And my growing up, my dad always told me, stand on mine, stand on business, stand on what I represent and what you know what I mean. I
You believe in, you value,
Yes,
you
yeah,
your confidence, your just everything that makes you yourself. Be confident and secure in that.
yeah, yeah,
That
yeah.
That's decent. And it goes back to also us discussing how you put some of yourself, you know, in the
Mhm.
music, in the artistry, as well as um, current events, things you've been through, just your journey in general
Right,
from a artist standpoint and the individual standpoint.
right, right,
So
right.
no, that's decent. That's decent. We're going to get into the next song off the project, Money on My Mind, by yours truly, D Money. It's called Funeral.
In the kitchen with it, whipping up that work. She got no panties on, he looking up her skirt. We call him slipping, nigga, and that nigga murk. He laying dead, nigga 6 feet in that dirt. In the kitchen with it, whipping up that work. She got no panties on, he looking up her skirt. We call him slipping, nigga, and that nigga murk. He laid up dead, 6 feet in that dirt.
Yeah, bro. I'm with the nigga right now. We about to hit Delaware. Yeah, I'ma call you when we get there. Bet.
Check my phone, I see another nigga hating. He fucked around and dropped his location. Told Toya to meet him at the gas station. She wears something revealing him at the location. There we go, shades on with the gold chain. Toya got everything but his whole name. Yeah, she smiling from ear to ear. He got one house in Philly, another in Delaware. He hit the kitchen, whipping up the Yola. Then Toya proceed to bend over. Got his attention just enough for us to get the drop. Then we run up on him screaming for random shots. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Now we leaking, screaming for random shots. Boom, boom, boom. Now we leaking, screaming for random shots.
Yeah. You fuck with bro, you fuck with me. It's up, nigga. Bro hit my line and said some nigga hating. So I followed him online and got the location. He slid in my DMs, we went on a couple of dates in. Next thing I knew, we hit the gas station. Gave him the drop, even told him about the gold chains. Pissed the only thing I missed was his whole name. Now I'm fake smiling from ear to ear. Just hope we get the work in Philly and in Delaware.
Yeah, sis, we on the way, yo. Yo, hand me that 4-5 over there. Nah, fuck that. Give me the FN. Yeah. Extra clips and shit.
He in the kitchen, whipping up the coca. Now the perfect time for me to bend over. His eyes on me now, I hope they about to get the drop. Now we bleeding, leaking from random shots. Boom, boom, boom. Now we bleeding, leaking from random shots. Boom, boom, boom. Now we bleeding, leaking from random shots. In the kitchen, he whipping up that work. I got no panties on, he looking up my skirt. Bro caught him slipping, nigga, now that nigga murk. He laying dead, nigga, 6 feet in that dirt.
In the kitchen with it, whipping up that work. She got no panties on, he looking up her skirt. We called him slipping, nigga, now that nigga murk. He laid up dead, 6 feet in that dirt. Boom, boom, boom. He laid up dead, 6 feet in that dirt. Boom, boom, boom. He laid up dead, 6 feet in that dirt. Boom.
Okay. Not too much. I was jamming. That's my bad. Again, I'm gonna keep saying it, y'all. Go listen to that Money on My Mind, D Money. He was tripping. He was snapping. He lost his mind. Clearly, that's why the money is on it. I'm telling you, it's ridiculous. I was bumping that in the whip earlier, and it slapped. Every song to me. I don't care. I picked that song. It's more in your in I want to see yours because you're very talented in different styles of storytelling, arts, structure, like we using current events in your raps and things like that. I'm dying to know where the concept for the funeral came from. When you heard this instrumental, did you initially hear that?
No. When I first heard the instrumental, I didn't initially hear that. That's another instrumental I had for like 3 months or so. Shout out to Geek Mike, who's there by the way.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And
To Mike.
yeah, shout out to Geek Mike. And and uh, one day I just found that writing group. You know what I mean? Like I told y'all about, it's all about finding that writing group and that a mental block, a writer's block. You know what I mean? I found that writer groove, and then that instrumental spoke to me in a different type of way. It spoke to me more of a storytelling way. You know what I mean? And we got a lot of women out here that backdoor niggas. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And line niggas up and shit like that. So I wanted to speak from that perspective. You know what I mean? That you see go on in every trenches in America. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to speak from that perspective. Storytelling.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. No, this is a personal question for me because I enjoyed it so well. Do
Uh,
you see yourself expanding on this story, or maybe a prequel to the ending that we got in this story, or is that, have you thought about that at all?
yes, there will be a prequel to this particular story. It's more in the story to tell, um, and it's more in the story to learn. You know what I mean? This is a learning experience for niggas and females. You know what I'm saying? And the you know with every up itch on the scoreboard, so to speak, there's always retaliation for your actions. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, don't give too much away. Ooh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
How important, or was it important at all, to get
Mhm.
a female's perspective in that story you were telling? Because it could have easily been like a homeboy, or um, the other guy you're talking about. You know, what made you feel like going in the direction of hearing it from the female's point of view?
Because I think that's very instrumental to the story. You know what I mean? It's the female's point of view because so many times in the in the uh, in the news or in the IG news, so to speak, we hear so many of these stories with with the women being the co-star of these situations. You know what I'm saying? Um, these boom 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 situations, and I thought it was very important to hear the female's perspective of this. You know what I mean? And you'll be hearing more of the female perspective uh, on this as well. You know what I'm saying? Um, but yeah. I think it's a very important story to tell in general. You know what I mean? It makes a lot of. I think it brings awareness to people that are out here just chasing, cat. No pun intended. Um, Out here that's chasing cat, whatever. It gives the uh, um, it gives the listener awareness of what come with your actions of chasing cat, um, and also know the dangers behind that. You know what I mean? And also really getting to know a woman. You know what I mean? So many of us men in general are so hung up at getting the end goal, which for some is getting a vagina or whatever. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And not thinking of the possibilities of this, that, and the third happening because you're so focused on that aspect instead of really getting to know. and you know her personality, and you make the judgment of, is this the type of person I want to be intimate with? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You
Oh,
know,
yeah.
trying to get
Oh, that,
that off.
that's powerful. And you absolutely correct because it is a lot of incidences like that or sad tales we hear on the news or whatever the case may be of uh, whether it's two gentlemen fighting, ending in some type of disaster due to a woman or a female being involved with helping to hurt
Exactly
some
right.
another. Yeah, so I can agree. That's another reason why I picked that song as well, just to pick your brain about that. I got one more song, and we're going to move right along. So this is just so happened to be the last track on the
Okay,
Money on My Mind
I'm here with you.
project. So we're going to get at a roll and get back to it. All right, let's get us a listen. It's called One Last Holiday. If y'all not aware, that's on the Money on My Mind project from D Money.
Couldn't give you enough for Christmas, so I give you this song. So I hope it hit heaven every time it come on. Taking trips to the laundromat, I see us where we partied at the day I lost you. I could've had a heart attack, pardon that. I miss laying on your lap, no cap. I was such a baby for that. I miss you cooking fish and fried chicken up in my mom's kitchen. Talk as you wash dishes, pound cake so delicious. And they better watch for your other side, though, cause it's so vicious, you had a good heart. I miss your laugh and your smile. Give a hug to Kyle. Tell him that I miss him. Tell Uncle Leonard I'ma keep grinding till I see him again. And tell Teresa was a hell of a friend. Tell Uncle Stanley that I love him to death. Tell God that I'm trying my best. I'm still in the mean streets of Philly where it's a war every day. So I sit and I pray for my brothers, don't bring harm their way. What more can I say? At grandmom, I got my mama for life. I her treat parents for them. Tell them that's for me and my wife. Until we meet again, I got these memories to hold me down. And while you up there, I hope that y'all make you proud. Until we meet again, I got these memories to hold me down. While you up there, I hope that I make you proud. One last holiday. If I could have one last holiday. Lord, give me one last holiday. So I love you and I see you again. First they love me, then they hate me, then they love me again. First they love me, then they hate me, then they love me again. But I know he was with me like I see you again. Yeah, I know my angel's with me like I see you again. Oh, if I could have one holiday, just one last holiday. Till then, I hope I'm making you proud. Tell God that I'm missing your smile.
I'm sorry, man. That's a tear jerker for me. That's a tear jerker for me. So I had to keep my composure. That was One Last Holiday off the Money on My Mind album out right now. I fuck with that song, man. I fuck with that song.
Yeah, my fault. My mic was still on me. But yeah,
You was enjoying it yourself. I don't even blame
yeah.
you. All right. So
Hmm.
for that song in particular,
uh,
how important was it for you to get those thoughts and feelings out musically, or
um,
was it at all?
no, it was very important. You know what I'm saying? It was very important, to me. You know what I mean? Um, a good 50% of that was me talking about my grandmom that passed last year, and
Sorry to hear that. Still,
that was a very
trying to say the least. If you don't mind me answering
yeah,
for you, I can imagine.
yeah. So
Yeah, you
um,
did. You did wonderful putting that in the song.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah. So it was very important that I let that emotion out. You know what I'm saying? Because I was in a space of not knowing how to feel. You know what I mean? Um, you know how you know cancer is like the biggest thing that's killing our people today. You know what I'm saying? And watching somebody go through that is painful. You know what I mean? And then when they take it away from us, it's kind of a mixed emotion. You know what I mean? Because it's like you don't want to see that person suffer no more. Then you thinking in the back of your head, like, you're not going to see this person again until it's your time. You know what I mean? And that's the hard part to cope with. So again, with me using music as my therapy, I was
Hmm.
able to cope with that and be at, a peace. You know what I'm saying? That peace, you know what I'm saying? Um, it's very difficult, you know what I mean, watching uh, coroners, come down the steps with your grandma and dad, you know what I mean? It's kind of, it's crazy, you know what I'm saying? But then, I got time to reflect on other people I lost, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, were big brother to me, you know what I'm saying? Um, I lost him, and then my uncle, my mom's brother. And then, I lost another friend of mine a few years back. So, I've been dealing with a lot of losses, you know what I'm saying? But I am happy that, um, that my grandma got a host of people who's me up there, you know what I mean? Familiar spirits and things like that, you know what I mean? Um,
Hmm.
Last holiday is more than a song to me. People can look at it as a reflection of the loss, but I also want y'all to look at it as knowing the importance of family. You know what I mean? And that any disconnection with any family member. You know what I mean? Try to fix that. You know what I mean? Especially if y'all were close at a point in time and a series of events led to y'all not being close anymore, whatever the case it is. I encourage y'all to try to fix it. You know what I mean? Or if you can't fix it, try to have a moment with that person, some sort of positive moment with that person, either family function, even if it's, let's take a walk to the store together or something. You know what I mean? Just
Hmm.
share some sort of positive moment with that person that you know how much time on earth that person got, whether it's a family member, a friend, or somebody you care about in general. You know what I mean? So,
Well, I just want to say thank you on behalf of um, a listener because it helped me
mm,
and it's continuing to help me with everything that you said
mm,
and the way you've been able to stay stoic to remain um, a pillar and take everything that your loved ones that you may not be here with, they may not be with you physically, but have instilled in you, um, and continue to keep that alive, whether it's music in your day to day. I just want to say thank you on their behalf, thank you on my behalf for really being vulnerable, and I hope that, like you said, it did help you and does continue to help you, because it takes a lot of bravery to do what you did and to continue doing what you do with sharing your story, and it helps people, and I want you to keep that in mind. So we're going to finish up here on a little bit of a brighter note.
Okay, okay,
Okay, I got my own little piece of segment. It's called Five Questions. And you'll
okay,
see a
okay.
pattern where it's going to be literally five questions. And
Uh,
in those questions, I'm asking you to name five of something. So the first
okay.
one is, I would like for you to name five rappers with different styles that
Mm.
have inspired you.
Um, Tupac, Feature,
Oh, okay.
Jimi Hendrix,
Mm,
Teddy Pendergrass,
of course. Can't
and
forget
50
Teddy.
Cent. Yes.
Okay. That's solid. And I did say different. And they are all different, might I say. Okay.
American woman, get away from me.
That was
American
honestly, you know what? That was honestly going to be one of my questions. Like, have you ever wanted to try another genre of music? And I think you got a rock and roll spark in you somewhere. I
woman.
see some rock and roll talent hidden in there somewhere. You know, it doesn't have to be mega hard metal. You know,
Right, right,
you could get on a Lenny Kravitz
right.
slash, fuck it, you can get it a Kid Rock bag. I don't care. Country has been brought to your attention. You know
Yes,
what I mean?
to my attention. Yes.
Fingers crossed, we might get it. Country money.
Might, might get some country money.
Okay. Give me five battle rappers that have inspired you or that you've been inspired by.
Hmm. Um, Enes, um, Reed Dollars, Surf.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, I need five, man. And they can be from any time.
yeah,
Or,
that's what
yeah,
I'm thinking. These all coming from different eras and times.
yeah.
Enes, Reed, Surf, Danny Myers, and Keisha.
Solid. Solid. Give me your top five projects you've ever done. Could be EP, album.
Um, Still only one. All eyes on the game. Um, so understandable. Uh, uh, Keenan Jukebox, Money on My Mind.
That's solid. And therefore, I'm assuming they're all from different time periods in your life, just kind of, they maybe sum up your music career so far. Is that
Yeah, yeah,
accurate?
yeah. Yes, because Still Only One was like, well, you remember me from the CD, the CD era. And
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Still Only One was like the first time I got around Mr. Hurd, who showed me a lot of music business and a lot of the things, I can still aim me as an independent artist. You know what I mean? Um, and yeah, so Still Hungry One was like around that time frame where I first met her and a bunch of other artists, but mainly her because he the one that like, you know what I mean, showed me the ropes as far as professionalism, how to be a true artist. You know what I'm saying? And then All Eyes on the Game was like my first label project where I ran my own record label, Game International. And then the third project, So Understandable, that was like the first album I had on all platforms back in 2014.
Talk to
Um,
me. Mhm.
and, Kid in the Jukebox is because, that's special to me because we've been talking about doing music together forever. And it's our first,
Literally.
yes, it was our first full project together. So that will always have a special place in my heart. And then Money on My Mind because it's brand new, it's raw, and it's energetic, it's honest. It's just a fire
It really is. It really is. I'm not bullshitting. Okay. Name 5 things doing music has helped you with in your life.
album. It helped me with public speaking. It helped me with my work ethic. It helped me with my mental health. It helped me with my family. Uh, it helped me, in some aspects, be a better husband.
Okay. Okay. And last but not least, name 5 things from the Money on My Mind album um, uh, that say something about you.
Um, Vulnerable. Um, don't give a fuck about a hater. Um, uh, Hustler, driven, and uh, a goal setter.
Solid, solid. Well, that concludes our interview. I want to say thank you, and I would love for you to pick a song from the Money on My Mind project to take us out with. Whatever song you prefer. I want to thank you for your time. Thank you for allowing me to take over your platform. And not enough. I feel
Yes,
like I have some big shoes to fill here. You know what I mean? But you gave me a great interview. I appreciate you being honest and open with me and giving me your time again. What you
yes.
got for us? What you want us to walk on out of these doors with?
Um, let's walk about these doors, man, with the Hawaiian money, man. Walk out these doors with the Hawaiian money. Again, Hawaiian money produced by Geek Mike. You know what I'm saying? Money on My Mind album out now. You know what I mean? Feel free to do your reactions to it, give your reviews, your opinions, hit the like button, share it out. Tell your grandma, tell your side bitch, to your main bitch. Tell you know what I mean, all your bitches about Money
Tell
on
them
My
all and tell them to tell they homegirls and they side niggas as well.
Mind.
Tell the man on the corner. He probably
Yeah,
got an Obama phone, but still, he could probably get some YouTube on it.
yes,
Um, Tell whoever you pull up next to at a red light. Just tell everybody.
exactly. Exactly.
Let's get into this YN money. I appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all hit that like button, share, and subscribe if you haven't already, and become a member to Not Enough. D Money got a lot more in the way. We out of here with the YN money. Yeah.
You dig?
OGs ain't OG and they ODing. Dick is a game, I ain't playing the whole season. So much dick suck, I'm surprised they still breathing. You on your cycle don't mean everybody bleeding. They call me the GOAT, young boy just go teeing. The chain heavy, they'll watch 20, below freezing. My shooters bring so much heat, they sunscreening. Who up on the scoreboard, we dumb even. He get his front row to the sub, his nose bleeding. Sounds on the gun, but you, the one screaming. It's fabulous to breathe, but you not breathing. They wait for me to drop like fiends leaning. Stand tall with the rocket, I'm Yao Minging. Money keep calling, yup, the phone ringing. Up the score on some whore, who am I chasing? To keep it a buck, I don't leak the information. Take a little sneak attack, we'll shake my pride up. Like we won't come through, and straight ride up. You know how we carry it. When we slide up, now meet me with a straight up fade, nigga, no liner. Introduce you to the sector, no, 4 extra. I gave you a hand when you needed it, conceded it, achieved it. When I was cooking, I gave you the ingredients. Facts, nigga. 1 scoop of confidence, 2 cups of swagger. Now you want pants right now. Jag, stone cold, I'm a stunner. Glass shatter, you a lame. Get off a jackhammer. Let's see who pissed off more. Bad bladders, Jeff Hardy style. I'm flipping with 2 ladders. Knife to the gut, that's a message to backstabbers. Knife to the gut, that's a message to back. Let me keep smoking on this pack. You drop, make it clap, but them views fell flat. You was cool with battle facts, he turned rat. So now it's deeper than rap, no cap. Needed money machine, keep it a bean. I birthed that, gave it a name to flip that. You gave it a page, a place to live at. Publishing percentages, I split that. Now I lay some flow in the sick track. Put up the ass on beat, I whip that. Extend the clip, then I cock the blick back. More be the game, my nigga, big facts.
Yeah, where the line, nigga? Where's the motherfucking line, nigga? Big Mike on the beat, nigga. Listen, man. Y'all niggas got stuff hate me this bad, man. And if you gonna do anything, make it look good, you know? I came on this thinking right